Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillahi nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alaihi. Wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam tabaraka wa sallama tasliman kasiran kasira amma ba'd. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allah wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. My dear brothers and respected elders and sisters, Allah knows everything. Either we keep it secret in our hearts or we reveal it to others. So no one should try to deceive Allah as the hypocrites. The hypocrites are trying to deceive Allah by telling that they are believers and they are reciting the great kalima. Allah cannot be deceived. Allah knows they are hypocrites. They are not having the belief in Allah, in the prophets Muhammad SAW, or in the day of judgment. They don't. They are not even having an iota of iman. They are reciting the great kalima in order to deceive Muhammad SAW. They are the people who don't believe in Allah, who do not believe in Muhammad SAW. They are deceiving Muhammad SAW and the believers. But they naturally can deceive Muhammad SAW and the believers, but they certainly cannot deceive Allah, who knows what is in our hearts. Either we conceal it or we dispose it. Either we keep it secret or open. Everything is known to Allah. So similarly, either we are doing the prayer to please Him or not to please Him, it's known to Allah. Either we do the actions with the intention to please Him or not, He knows. We can tell others that I am sincere. I am truly sincere in what I am doing. Sincerely I am doing it to please Allah. But Allah knows as to whether we are sincere or not. So sincerity is something which no one is able to know except Allah. Not even the person who are doing the action knows is sincere or not. Because sometimes he think that when he do any action with the intention not to have any return from the part of the person whom he has done the good action, he is thinking that he is sincere. So many people think that they are sincere because they do not hope for any similar good deeds done to them. That's what they mean, I'm sincere. So the guy from Malacca, he has only $50. He went to the flooded area, in Shah Alam, and helping the one who has been, having problem or in difficulties. He came all the way from Malacca quite about 200 miles, 100 miles over, and he has a boat. He's a man. Not a very rich man. He has a boat, but because he's a lover of fishing. So he has a boat. He took the boat, put it in the top of his car, and drive all alone the night when the flood has come. So he went up to save people who are stranded, who are on the top of the roof. At that time, the government are not giving any help. Call after calls are made to many government agencies. They have no. The ladies say, "I've called this, I've called that," but no one answer my phone. So no help is coming from the government. The chief minister of Selangor, the state of where Shah Alam is, called Prime Minister and the Minister of Defence, persuading them to send, help armies, but no response. So now they are trying to charge the Prime Minister for negligence in the court of justice. Never ever happened to any Prime Minister brought by the people to court with the charge of negligence. So it's a great shame for Ismail Sabri. So it's about time for him to step down if he's not ashamed of himself. If he's ashamed, I'm a Prime Minister. He was telling the people, I'm not so good in dealing problem with floods. It's not the answer. That shouldn't be the answer. He replied for the negligence, because he's not so, he's not so well versed in solving problem. If that is the case, then everyone is not well versed. Who has well? If you have the desire to help, Allah will teach you. If you have no desire to help, Allah will not teach you. So now, from the crisis of the flood come political crisis now. At the time of Muhyiddin, the pandemic become crisis and leading to political crisis, leading to our former Prime Minister Muhyiddin to step down. Now a flood crisis. So when there is no one helping this guy from Malacca, his name is Azwan. People call him Abang Viva, Brother Viva. So someone, a celebrity, want to present him a new car. And she said, I'm sincere in giving you the car. So this Brother Viva said, no, I'm not coming for all this sort of thing. When people know that he has only $50, $20 for the petrol of the for his not ship, for his what? Boat, and $10 for his food, isn't it? For his food or what?
$30 for the food.
$30 for the food, $20 for the petrol. So people, upheld him as heroes, and his story is viral. And people say, even the government doesn't come, agencies doesn't come. This guy, and a few other guys also, but this guy is more viral than the rest. Yeah, he's Indian. Malay, and another Indian also one. Someone helping, and then there are also Indonesian workers, who are working in Malaysia. They are helping, but no government people from government agencies are helping. So it caused a great frustration from the people of Shah Alam, as well as Ulu Langat and all this. So they call her sincere, this girl, the celebrity. But Brother Vijay do not want to accept. He says, all this money come to me, I'm giving away to the people. I'm not doing this because I want money or I want to be praised or I'm to be given a present. So Brother Vijay also think that he's sincere in helping the people. That's why he doesn't want to get the money or the car. He said, I give away all this money given to me. I don't need this. I'm coming here to help only for the sake of Allah. I'm sincere. And that lady, the celebrity, what's her name? A celebrity, and give him what car?
4-wheel drive.
4x4 wheel drive. He said, no, thank you. The lady says, I'm sincere. I do not know. We do not know whether that lady is really sincere or Brother Vijay. Brother Azwan Omar is sincere. Nobody knows except Allah. If I ask Allah, maybe Allah will tell me. You understand? So nobody knows. Sincere. Who knows? Allah knows. That's why many people are mistaken. That their prayers are accepted. Their daily prayers are accepted. Their fasting is accepted. Their Hajj is accepted. Their Umrah is accepted. Their Zakat and everyone should know that nothing is accepted, even if it is done in the way of Muhammad SAW, if the intention of doing the action is not sincere. Understand? Nothing will be accepted. Even if you pray in the mosque with a congregation, when you pray in the mosque with congregation, you are praying in the way of Muhammad SAW. It's a sunnah. But your intention of doing it is only known to Allah. Understand? So if you are not sincere, even praying in the mosque with Jamaat will not be accepted. Will not be accepted. No? If you pray with Jamaat in the mosque because you want to show to others, I am praying. Naturally, that intention is wrong. I am praying in the mosque with conscience because I am doing the work of dawah. Everyone knows. It is unbecoming for me as a worker of dawah, not praying in the mosque. So I am praying in the mosque to show to the people that I am the people of dawah. These intentions are not accepted. Or if I am praying in the mosque because so that I have friends and comrades to talk to, and then when the time of my death has come, they will come to my house to pray for janazah. If I don't expose myself and mix with them, then I would not have many friends, and when I die, no one probably will come to my death, to my janazah, to visit me. This is also wrong intention. The true intention is, I am coming to pray the way Muhammad SAW, only with the intention to please Allah. And this is called sincerity. Either a time of ease or adversity, I will commit myself to pray in the mosque. If I have a car, I will drive. If I don't, I walk. If there's raining, I take umbrella. If I don't have umbrella, I run so fast. If so eager, so persistent in obeying the order. This is one of the signs of sincerity, but it's not really true. Sincerity is when you, even if you do that, I must pray in the mosque in times of peace or in time of because I want to show people I'm so good, I'm so pious, and this is not sincere. So even the so-called people who are able to perform any actions, any order of Allah with istiqamah, are not necessarily having sincerity. If the intention is not to please Allah. You know, it's this, Azri is so well known as people who do da'wah, you know. He's so well known in his place that he's, of course, because he's the only one who is doing. That's why he's so well known. Nobody else do. What is his place? Baling. So this is big. This is no, you know, adversity come. You know, but as he said, I must go. I must show to others I'm a person of istiqamah, steadfastness. Then that intention is wrong. It is not, will not be accepted. It is only accepted if your intention of doing that istiqamah is to please Allah. And what more if you are not istiqamah? You know, naturally your action is not sincere. Sometimes you go to the mosque, sometimes you don't. Whenever you feel comfortable, you go. But when there are guests coming, you say, I'm not going. These are not, most likely they are not sincere. Not sincere. If you are sincere, you must do the work according to the wishes of Allah. Because you do it to please Allah. So Allah says, even if you have guests, you must take leave from your guests. I'm taking leave from you for about 15 minutes. I'm going to the mosque and I'll return back. But if you don't do this, most likely you are not sincere in praying with congregation for all this while. You know, if there is a feast at your house or marriage, your daughter married or your son married, so Zohor comes and you say, I'm not going to the mosque. I pray on my own at the time of my convenience. And that is also a sign that you are not sincere all this while. Sincerity, one of the signs is istiqamah, but not necessarily so. It can also be not sincere when the intention of being istiqamah is to show to others that you are really a good person, a pious person. So many people, you know, tend to think they are sincere. They've gone to Hajj. They say everybody must call me Haji now. So in order to be known as Haji, he start wearing caps. Or more, they will wear turban, you know. In Malaysia, they used to tell others, you cannot wear turban if you are not Haji. So they told to the people who do da'wah, Jemaah Tabligh, who are so fond in wearing turban, caps, and say, why you wear turbans? You are not Haji. So the people of Jemaah Tabligh, you know, keep quiet and say, this is a sunnah, sir. Sunnah of Nabi Muhammad SAW, this beard, this all. So they used not to understand that. So in the early days, when Jemaah Tabligh is only the beginning of the work of Jemaah Tabligh, this become a well-known, conversation among the so-called the elders of Malaysians. They used to say, you cannot wear turban, you are not Haji. The best you can wear is cap, not turban. So they wear turban because they want to be known as Haji, my dear. So that is not sincere. If somebody doesn't call him Haji, he said, why you don't call me Haji? That is a sign that his Haji is not sincere. And he put the name in front of the name Haji. Why you put Haji? If you are sincere, you should not be you go for Haji not to be called Haji. If you go for Haji with the intention so that you will be called Haji, you are not sincere. You go to Haji only to please Allah. Understand? Either people call you Haji or not, either you put your name or not. First of all, putting the name Haji in front of your name after coming back from Hajj is a clear signs, evidence that you want people to call you Haji. You shouldn't have that intention at all. There is no such sunnah or hadith saying that everyone has come from Haji must put the name Haji. Is there? No, but why you should do it? It's not even the sunnah of Nabi. Oh, Nabi said if you come back from Haji you must wear turban. You have heard any hadith of that? If ever there is, it will be a false hadith. Why they don't call Haji Hadrat Omar Farooq, the Khalifah, the second Caliph? You ever read anything Haji? Haji Omar, Haji Abu Bakar, Tuan Haji, but it is a custom in Malaysia. The father of Hanzalah, Asri Abbas, when he come back from Hajj, he put in his card Haji Asri Abbas. I said, don't put it. He said, in this business of oil and gas, people often ask you to do many, devilish events to attend. So when they look at my name Haji, they will not invite me. That intention is not sincere. As many people of Tabligh say, I'm wearing juba, I'm wearing beard, just to, to prevent people from inviting me to do evil deeds. Oh, these people having juba, we shouldn't invite him to visit the prostitutes. Or we shouldn't invite him, to do evil events, ask him to attend our devilish events. So they say that's the reason as to why they wear juba and wearing beard. This is not sincere, my dear. Really not sincere. We don't wear juba and having beard to prevent people from inviting us to do bad deeds. Our intention should be only to please Allah. Unfortunately, almost none of the so-called Tabligh people, I'm sure, are wearing juba, having beards to please Allah. They can't even pray to please Allah like Rashidi, who have gone 3 times 4 months pedal Jamaat in Jamaat Tabligh. He gained no iman except Riya. Rashidi, because he did the work of Tabligh, he do gash because he is my driver. He has to do gash. Otherwise, I cannot become the driver of Professor Dr. Nasoha. That is not ikhlas. Understand? If in case I sack him, I think he will not do gash. There is one driver of mine, he used to be my driver. His name is Jalan. Is already expired. When I left the work of Jamaat Tabligh, so many Tabligh people do not want to follow me because I'm no longer the Shura of Jamaat Tabligh. So they join me and they come to learn from me because they got some benefit of having to be called people who are close to Dr. Nasoha. Everybody in the Markaz Sri Petaling respect those people who are with Dr. Nasoha. Everybody say, he is people of Dr. Nasoha. He is people of Dr. Nasoha. So they want to get that clinch, that names, So they join and come to Greenwood and stay in Greenwood and pretending to do the work, and you can. And also come a person like Yazid doing the work of dawah because he wants to become good, so that he show good example to his children. But this actually is not ikhlas. That is not ikhlas. He loved his wife more than Allah. So when his wife tell him, don't do dawah, he stopped doing dawah for nearly 2 years. Then his wife tend to know later on that it's a good work. Someone in her office give her a book of talim. Then the wife, that lady says a good work. So he sent Yazid again to the mosque. For 2 years he has taken holiday because he's not sincere in doing dawah. When his wife sent him to the mosque to dawah, then only he start doing dawah again. So it is evidence to show that he's doing dawah for all that while until today, before he divorced his wife, is to please his wife. It's not sincere. The one who, be with me, do the gash with me, about 200-300 people. Maybe 100 people daily doing gash. When I'm around in the locality, they all come and they will sit in mashwara. When I'm not around, they don't. And like Samad is in Malacca, because he doesn't need to be near to me, because he's already Professor Madhya there. No need to have name. But these people who are having no names, they want to get names by associating with me. So when I leave Jamaat Tabligh, they leave also me, because I'm no longer become the Surah of Jamaat Tabligh, and they leave me. About 200 people leave me. Only 10 people remain to be with me, not because they are sincere. They got many reasons. Other reason not to leave me. Like Yazid, he doesn't leave me because he doesn't really like me. He's just living here. He loves his wife. He do the work to please his wife. He's not sincere. So when those people love me because they say Amir Saab no longer love me, Amir Saab love one man from Bengkulu, so we leave him. Yazid says, I have nothing to lose. I don't love him. I love my wife. So he doesn't leave. Understand? Outwardly, he seems to be sincere. Oh, more. He's not sincere because he's doing the work for his wife. And Rashidi are not sincere because he said, I cannot go anywhere. I cannot follow them because I'm known worldwide, not only worldwide, nationwide, to be the people of Nasoha, who drive the car of Nasoha, his family, for many years. Similar with that Haji Alias, he said, I cannot leave Dr. Nasoha because everyone in this Malaysia knows I am man of Nasoha. So I must follow him. So that's not ikhlas. So ikhlas is something which are very difficult to know, But it is actually when you do any action of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam or obey the order of Allah in the way of Muhammad sallallahu with the intention to please Allah. They're two different things. To do the work in the way of Muhammad sallallahu is actually called as ilm or knowledge. To do with the intention to please Allah is sincerity. To do the action, having the belief that Allah is seeing you or you are persisting before Allah, that's called ihsan. Performing the action with the belief that in the rewards of Allah which Allah will give to you, that's called ihtisab. To perform the action with submission, with humility, is called tawadu. So when we are performing prayers, first we have to do it in the way of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In other words, we should pray, if you are men, in the mosque with congregation. If you don't, you already failed the first one. You are not praying the way of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But that is not enough to make your prayer to be accepted. Even if you pray in the mosque with congregation, istiqamah, but not with the second one, sincerity, your salat will not accepted. The second one is, if you are man, you have to do. If you are woman, you have to do in the house. Your prayer will only be accepted. You are sincere if you are praying with congregation. Every male members every male members of the, every so-called male Muslim, who have reached puberty, it's obligatory for them to pray the 5 times daily prayer in the mosque. It is fardu kifayah, but it doesn't mean, as many people tend to understand, that if only few people pray, there will be no necessity for others to pray too. It's okay. The order has been obeyed. So we all understand that to pray is fardu ain. To pray with Jamaat is fardu kifayah. But what they understand is, when only 2-3 people or 2 people pray with Jamaat in the mosque, other Muslim male are not required to go to the mosque. We can pray in our house, we can pray in our shop. This is nonsense and absurdly wrong. Totally wrong, or totally against the Sunnah of Islam. Fardu kifayah means every male members which are reaching puberty must perform prayer with Jamaat in the mosque, in the nearest mosque of theirs, unless they are sick, and that's called fardu kifayah. They are sick to the extent they can't even walk. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ and some of the devoted companions of Prophet, when they are sick, they will go to the mosque, even with the help of 2 people. So, this is the Sunnah. The Prophet ﷺ was sick, he cannot go. He was helped by 2 other people to go to the mosque, and he asked Abu Bakr to become the Imam. And it's a very clear evidence in the Sunnah that this is what is called fardu kifayah, but not wrongly understood, because they follow the shaitan, the devil shaitan, who told them fardu kifayah means if there is 2%, the rest tak payah, or the rest no need to go. This is absurd and completely wrong and completely against the Sunnah of Rasulullah. And those male Muslim who do not go to pray in the mosque with Jamaat, even though they are healthy, they are committing a very evil deeds, or big sins, which nobody knows until today, and nobody believe me until today. Why? That's why there are not many people in the mosque. They say it's already good now. It's not only 2-3 people. There are about 10 people, 20 people. Like these people. He doesn't pray in the mosque before. He doesn't understand fardu kifayah as such. He understands as the so-called ulama. I've told them, if only 2-3 people pray in the mosque, the rest tak payah, or the rest no need to go. So similarly, the works of dawah, inviting people to good, forbidding people from evils, it is fardu ain and fardu kifayah. Fardu ain is to do the local works. It is fardu ain for both male and female, sick or poor, sick or healthy, poor or rich. You have to do the work of dawah, or inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. Everyone have to do the local works. But the order to send Jamaats, 5 to 6 people, for 3 days, for 4 days in the locality, outside the locality, the neighboring locality, or 40 days, 2 months, 4 months in other parts of the country, or in other neighboring countries, or in the whole world, is an order which is fardu kifayah. Fardu kifayah means it only for the male members, adult male members of the locality who are healthy and financially sound. Financially sound means able to leave some money with the family that they are going to leave behind, and able to bring some money with them in the path of Allah. And this is what the hukum is. It doesn't mean that only some have to do, as others tend to. Only some will do, the rest no need. If there is some people will do, we don't need. No. It is fardu kifayah means every male members in the locality who are healthy and financially sound need to go out in the path of Allah. For 3 days, 4 days in a month to do the work of inviting people to good in the neighboring localities, going for 40 days, in a year, spending time in the path of Allah in within the country, and 4 months, 2 months outside the country in the whole world. These are fardu kifayah. Everyone, not the meaning of the ayat. There must be some of you. Some of you form a jamaat. Some of you mean some people a jamaat to go out. The rest stay, but he must spend in a year. In a year, everyone 40 days, 2 months or 4 months with their wealth and time. So it is not fardu. It is fardu for those adult male who are healthy and financially sound. So it is not fardu for the people who are poor, the needy or sick. But it is fardu ain for everyone, male or female, sick or rich, sick or healthy, rich or poor, to do the local work for at least 45 minutes to 1.5 hours. These are not understood. What is understood? The work of inviting people to good, forbidding people. If only 1% in the whole world are inviting people to recite the great kalima, it's okay. The order has been understood. The order has been obeyed. Written in the book of Imam Ghazali. Only 1%, This is very, very wrong. To them, it is fardu kifayah. Fardu kifayah means 1% in the whole world is enough. No one else should do and become sinful for not doing. It's okay. We need only 1% the whole world. What a shame. What a fatwa. But it all be followed, because the devil shaitan has become our companions, who give us wrong notions and wrong rules and fatwa. And what about the local work? No, not even mentioned. The local work of preventing people from evil, inviting people to good in the locality is not even mentioned in any books or any kitab that the Muslim must do. No. Actually, the order of inviting people to good, forbidding people, has 2 orders: local works and outside work in the whole world. One is fardu ain, local work. To do the work in the whole world outside the locality is fardu kifayah. Fardu kifayah doesn't mean only 1%. Who doing the work, the rest doesn't need to do. And local work, not mentioned at all in any kitab. And there is naturally no hukum. Fardu ain no. I heard from Jamaat Tabligh, they told me that the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people, is only the work of Rasul. And the work of inviting the Muslim to good is the work of Nabi. What a fatwa given by probably Sheikhul Hadith, their so-called Hadith, which is Maulana Sa'ad. So they say to do the work of inviting the non-Muslim is the work of Rasul, not the work of Nabi. The work of Nabi is to prevent the evils of the so-called Muslim. And we only do the work of Nabi. They were saying that the work of Nabi, actually the work of Nabi, the work of Rasul is the same. And the work of the followers of Nabi and the followers of Rasul is the same. To invite people to good, forbidding people from evil. What is the greatest evil? Not willing to recite the great kalima. What is the greatest evil for those who have recited the kalima? Not to do the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people. It's the same work. but not understood as such, So now when you pray in the way of Muhammad Sallam in the mosque, you are only the Sunnah Muhammad Sallam. Then the second thing you need, sincere. The third thing you need, ihsan. The fourth thing you need, ihtisab. And the sixth thing, which is very high, called tawaddu, humility. There are many things, but your salat will be accepted if only you can do in the way Muhammad Sallam is saying. You don't need to have salat with ihsan, ihtisab. That is with khushu and concentration to be accepted. Is anybody knows this thing or in the Muslim world? They don't know this. They simply pray and thinking they are sincere. So why you are not sincere? Because your level of iman have not reached to the level which Allah is pleased. How to obtain that? You have to do the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil, in the way Muhammad SAW, with the sacrifice of your wealth and time, with the intention to please Allah. You have to do the local works, and you have to go and you have to do the local work, and the work outside the local, which are known in Tabligh Jamaat, Makami work and the Baruni work. Baruni means to do the work outside the locality. Baruni and Makami. So you have to do that. And you have to invite the kuffar to recite the great kalimah, and you have to invite those who have become so-called Muslim to do the work of inviting people to good, forbidding people from evil. And all the scripts has been written in my blog. You open the blog, Prof Nasoha Saabin, profnasoha.com, profnasoha.com. You can see the way of doing dawah. You follow that, you do the gush, and you from time to time, read also my Quran, read also my Hadith, and start doing it. Either you know it or not, you try to know it and try to do it, then Allah will truly help you and assist you in doing the work. If only you do this work, then only you will have the level of iman and faith to the level which Allah is pleased. And when you are able to attain the level iman which Allah is pleased, then Allah will give you sincerity. Otherwise, if you don't do this, you are saying, I'm sincere. I'm sincere. It's only what you say. You truly do not have sincerity. That's why, the girl that want to give that brother a car, he said she's sincere. That brother who helped the flood victim also says sincere. Everybody will say they are sincere. But if you don't have the level of iman which Allah is pleased, you will never be able to have sincerity. You will be given by Allah to the shaitan, and the shaitan will be your companions. Okay.